Welcome back to my channel. I am Duck. This is a review of the 10th Doctor's Flight Control Tardis. Please sit back, relax and enjoy. In our opening shot we can see the Tardis in full view. From the right angle it actually does look like the real thing. It has like a strange purpley blue colour to it. It's almost as if to say it's worn from age and it's not fresh out of the Time War, but it's almost looked like it's been cleaned off a little from it. Like on the first Doctor's TARDIS, we can see here the police public call box logo has been recreated quite nicely, but in this instance the police public call box signage actually lights up and it does create quite a nice effect, especially when it's in the dark. Moving down from the signage we can get a look at the windows on this version of the TARDIS. They're quite similar to the first Doctor's one, with the only difference being that instead of being white panes we have blue panes. But all the rest is just the same with the frosted glass in the bottom left and right corners. And in this instance, it does again light up quite nice, and it looks especially nice when in the dark. Moving down from the windows, we can get a look at the pull to open sign. In this case, unlike the first Doctor's TARDIS, the pull to open sign does actually open. The frame around this one is actually blue, whereas on the last one it was white, and the handle is like a grey colour. The phone on the inside closely resembles the one seen on the TV show. If we move across the TARDIS to the other door, we can see that the St. John's Ambulance badge has actually been removed for this TARDIS, as it's seen in the 9th and 10th Doctor seasons. But the lock and the handle are still present, and they're still quite nice despite their small size. Moving to the top of the TARDIS, we can see the lantern created quite nicely despite its small size. In this case, the lantern is all blue except for the clear plastic, which houses the LED on the inside. This can be used for the spindle feature, but more on that later. Just like the first Doctor's TARDIS, there's a nice wood panel effect, although on this one I think it comes across a lot nicer. If we look at the door here, we can see the nice wood panel effect, which actually makes it look quite nice. And if we move again to the roof, we can also see that it has that nice wood panel effect, so it shows that it goes all over the TARDIS and not just some parts. Just like the first Doctor's TARDIS, both doors can be pushed open, only in this case, the 10th Doctor's TARDIS reveals the interior design, which viewed from the right angle does actually make it look like it's bigger on the inside. As well as the nice interior design with this TARDIS, there's also a blinking light, as well as sound effects, which I think adds more to the whole bigger on the inside aspect of it, which is quite nice. To close the right door on this TARDIS, it's the same again as the first Doctor's TARDIS with a slight difference. The only difference being that the floor of this one is like a brick, and the button is disguised as two of the bricks. And again, just as the first Doctor's TARDIS, the left door is pulled closed with your finger. There's no button for this one. Just like with the first Doctor's TARDIS, there is takeoff and landing sound effects, but with a difference. In this TARDIS, there is 2 takeoff sounds and 2 landing sounds. The 2 takeoff sounds are mostly the same, with one being slightly longer than the other one, and it's the same with the landing sounds. In this case, the lantern blinks while in takeoff mode and continues to blink even after the sound effects have gone, but when landed, the lantern blinks until the sound effects have stopped and then it stops altogether. As mentioned earlier, this TARDIS can be picked up and spun. You can do this by placing your thumb and finger on the lantern in the top and one of your fingers in the spindle on the bottom, and can then just spin. And as it does this, it will make a sound effect as if it's actually spinning on the time vortex. If we look in the bottom of the TARDIS, we can see the spindle in the center, and below that there is the on-off switch, which obviously turns the TARDIS on or off. Beside that is the button which activates the sound effects, that being the takeoff and landing sound effects. If we move to the back of the TARDIS, we can see a big ugly speaker grill with the speaker present behind it, and beside that there is the battery compartment, which is also blatantly obvious and ugly. By placing both the 9th and 10th Doctor beside the TARDIS, we can see that they both line up quite nicely in scale with the TARDIS, both inside and out. Thanks for taking the time to watch this review. If you liked it, please leave a like and leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much.